ladies and gentlemen, to another installment of What's in the Box. And before I get into this box, I do have to give something a little bit of a cheap plug, you see, because I just finished reading a book, and holy shit, it was an awesome, awesome book. It is a comic called Weapon Brown. And this right here is the collected edition of said book. You can tell it's a nice, thick, goddamned book. The best way to sum up Weapon Brown is it is a post-apocalyptic comic starring essentially all of the most well-known comic strip characters of all time. Yes, guys, the main character is Charlie Brown, only now he's a one-armed cybernetic assassin, and he's being hunted by Calvin and Hobbes. No, I am not fucking joking. That actually is the primary conflict in this fucking book. It is absolutely amazing. I loved every page of it. You can find this thing on Amazon for probably about $20 or so. I absolutely recommend it. You guys have got to check out this fucking book. I absolutely loved it, and as soon as I was done, I honest to God almost wanted to give it a second fucking read. However, I kind of stopped because then I saw the giant pile of books I've got built up from, from the company I'm checking out tonight, and that, of course, is Comic Bento. So, yes, because I've spent the last couple of weeks doing nothing but just binge reading Weapon fucking Brown between filming my other YouTube videos and going to work, I didn't have any time to read any of last month's Comic Bento books. I also noticed the box here is horrendously damaged. I'm seeing like a couple of dings in here, and the box is all dented. Certainly hoping that the comics are in decent shape. Why don't we crack open the box and find out, eh? Alright, well first we've got the air cushions. Yes, guys, I slid open the tape just because it's such a big pain in the ass. Alright, let me pull out the whole thing here. I'm making it a point to not actually look in here yet because I don't want to be spoiled on what the hell is in here. I don't even remember the theme, in all seriousness. I'm going to have to probably check the theme on the card. Cannot look at the books, otherwise I'm going to get spoiled. Let me take the card, set the card over there. Let's take the cardboard out. Let's see if I can do this without actually staring at the books, huh? I really wish they'd stop bagging and boarding these fucking things. Especially if you're already putting the little air cushion things in. You probably don't need to bag up the whole thing. Alright, so why don't we check out our top book here. It's a book called Surface Tension, and it's from Titan Comics. Surface Tension, written by a guy by the name of Jay. His name is Jay Gunn. I'm going to assume Jay is a guy. Months ago, 99% of humanity walked into the sea and dissolved. Okay, interesting. When two people are washed up on the beach of the tiny island of Braith, doesn't matter. Their biology completely rewritten. The survivors of Braith, whatever the fuck, are thrown into chaos. Are they our last hope or our executioners? You know, that sounds really cool. A delirious mix of Hayao Miyazaki and The Walking Dead. Oh, Jesus Christ. Of The Walking Dead. Quick thing. I've tried to read the Walking Dead comics. They really fucking suck. But of course that isn't me speaking ill of the book. I will say that the art here is really nice. I am going to have to give this a read at some point. Not totally sure when, but hey, I do have my opportunity. Let me set this down somewhere. There we go. Alright, our next book is from Valiant. Because, you know, we get a, wow, and the cover's actually fucking embossed. That's different. It's a book from Valiant, which is called The Book of Death, which sounds really interesting. I still have to read the other Valiant books that have been sent in. I will say, though, like I said, guys, like the title, if I can get the light to shine on it there, if I can get the light to play on the cover, the title's actually in freaking, like, embossed, like, silver. That is really fucking cool. Looks to be another, like, massive crossover between all of the Valiant characters, so that probably won't be too bad. Let me set this off to the side here. Our next one, apparently, is a Comic Bento exclusive. Interesting. That's totally new. This, I think, is the first time we've ever seen a Comic Bento exclusive amongst these. From Aspen Comics, it is called The 4 Points. Aspen Comics. I've seen that name before. I know for a fact I've gotten another book from Aspen at some point. Which one was it? Was it Executive Assistant Iris? It might have been. And that book kind of sucked. Of course, that isn't me judging this book. I don't know anything about the 4 points in all seriousness. The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, the end of our world. Who will oppose them? Oh, so it's like Fantastic Four meets the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Okay, that's interesting. Still very cool that it is a Comic Bento exclusive. This one here, I'm probably going to give a read at some point, but I'm actually kind of more interested in the Book of Death and, the hell was the first one called again? Surface Tension? Surface Tension, yes. Oh, look at that, I mentioned the Fantastic Four, and what do you know, the last book is another hardcover from Marvel, Fantastic Four Season 1. Really? I could have sworn that Marvel, canceled Fantastic Four out of spite, didn't they? Because they were sick and tired of not having the movie rights because they were stupid enough to sell them off to the first person who was willing to pay them. You know? I'm sorry, guys. Marvel is just kind of childish when it comes to doing shit out of spite because they were stupid enough to sell off their fucking movie, rights. And I will say, I am in no way a fan of the, Fantastic Four. I'll probably be trying to sell this thing as soon as possible. I'll probably keep it in the shrink wrap. I'll take it down to my local comic shop, and I'll probably off it. I'll probably get rid of it there. How much was this? $25. So this thing actually is worth the cost of the box. Unfortunately, you couldn't pay me to read any more worthless horse shit from the fucking Fantastic Four. So, these 2 books here sound really cool. I'm definitely going to have to give the Book of Death and Surface Tension a read at some point. Not totally sure about that 4 points book. That might be interesting, but I also look at the big pile of shit I've got built up, and it's going to be a while before I willingly get to that one. I still have to get through, Stumptown and Black Cross, and, God, what other ones are all sitting on this little stack. Actually, those are... Oh, yeah, and then right down there's, Death Sentence, Alice Cooper. I've got, 3 other books from Valiant I still have to get through. So, it's going to be a while before I get to that one. And once more, there is nothing on this planet that will ever get me to crack open that motherfucking Fantastic Four book, because I find the characters to be horrendously dull, boring, and shit. Honestly, guys, when it comes... By the way, what the hell was the theme to this? Might as well take a look at the card now. Elementals was the theme. Elementals. Next theme is rewriting history. Next month sounds really cool. Unfortunately, this month, it just sounds like a little bit of a letdown, because there's nothing here that really jumps out and says, oh, holy shit. This, honestly, guys, is not like when I pulled out the Alice fucking Cooper book, or when I pulled out Black Cross, or when I pulled out the Winter Soldier book in my first comic bento. This is just kind of flat. There really wasn't a whole lot there. I'm kind of hoping for next month to be better. Of course, when the theme is rewriting history, you can do a lot of awesome shit with that theme. So I do have high hopes for next month. Not sure about this month, and like I said, two of these I'm definitely going to be giving a read at some point. Just not totally sure when. And yeah, guys, I mean, it is still definitely worth the $25, but I'm probably gonna have to cancel this if next month's is as much of a letdown as this. But then again, that honestly is just because I've got so many fucking books here. I still haven't friggin' touched them. It seems almost foolish to continue, picking it up month after month after month. But hey, again, that is all gonna hinge on next month. This month honestly wasn't too bad, but it could have been a whole hell of a lot better, especially with the theme given. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this installment of What's in the Box. Until next time, guys, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.